Peace. So, topic spirituality. Should it be done a certain way? Is there a right way to do it? In my opinion, spirituality is merely just going within, knowing thyself, ascending to higher states of consciousness, doing inner work. It's really all spirituality. So, in my opinion, anything that's external or got you dependent on external sources doesn't help you evolve in spirituality. Spirituality is complete oneness, it's wholeness. There's no body perfect, but it's authentic. You just be real about it and you walk your steps. It might seem challenging or it might seem like it's a certain way to go about it, but it only seemed that way because in most spiritual awakenings, that is when the person is truly starting to know thyself. So you're starting to find yourself. So you will be a little lost, but that's okay because you're just finding your true self and you're shedding the ego, connecting with spirit. You're connecting with your higher self, So even when you indulge in spiritual things, doesn't really mean that you're like spiritual or in spirituality. A lot of people think crystals and sage, different groups, naturals, Ifa, Orishas, all of those things. Just because you indulge in those things doesn't necessarily make you spiritual. See, those are still belief system as well, and it's all about going within and knowing thyself, You can use those concepts and those tools to assist you and stuff, but merely doing the inner work is spiritual. Knowing thyself is spiritual, Like, you can still be spiritual and still do other things, People might think that you can't be spiritual because you smoke weed. You can't be spiritual because you listen to certain music. Everybody got their own opinions of how they go about their spiritual journey, For me, for instance, the stuff that I used to indulge in, I don't want to choose to do that, but that don't mean the next person who is doing what I used to do, that don't make me more spiritual or me or them less spiritual than me, So everybody go about their own way of spiritual, and that's the thing about a journey. It's everybody as an individual doing their journey, So it's just an expression. Everyone is expressing themselves individually. So in my opinion, as long as you going within and you connecting to spirit, you really can be accountable. Everybody hear me say it all the time. Childhood trauma, heal it. Adulthood trauma, heal it. Shadow work, heal it. Gotta be accountable. You can't just really be a messed up person, just a narcissistic person that don't really acknowledge or be considerate and stuff. Really having empathy, connected to everything. To me, looking at all life being sacred, connecting with earth, that's a part of spirit, So everything is connected, and by you connecting to all and doing these inner works and ascending, will make you spiritual, or that is spirituality. So anything or anyone that's dependent on external sources and call themselves spiritual or having spirituality, that just doesn't mix, because there's no way that you can have external sources show you or teach you. You can get steps from it and use it to go within. Now, if you're using stuff to go within, like the Bible is not really all bad. If it's being meant to use to go within, and you got the discernment to know, okay, this one is meant to be taken metaphorically, because a lot of stuff is meant to be taken metaphorically and not literally. So if you can use those things to go inward and ascend, then that is spirituality, But anything that you just hoping and praying on the outside, like, come get me, help me, save me, pastor this or whatever, and that's not me shooting no shots and no fires toward nobody who got certain belief systems or beliefs, period. But it's just, you can see through it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, those are the things that will keep you in spirituality. If you go external sources, that'll take you away from spirit. So you won't be able to really indulge with spirit. You won't ever be able to ascend because you're dependent on something else. See, a lot of spirituality, period, is practicality. Like, it's all practical. And that's the only way that you will ever be able to really be or call yourself spiritual, you know? So it's cool to have crystals. It's cool to do sage. It's cool to have other things. You know, you want to tap in with certain stuff, ancestors and angels, ascended masters, and all these things. But it's really you. If you can't really do the inner work to ascend and stuff, then that's not spiritual. So, like the saying that we hear, I searched for God and I found myself. I searched for myself and I found God. Because that is the true energy and power that's within. That's what around. That's as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. Everything. It's the correspondence. Everything is that. And when you connect to that, that is spiritual. Regardless of what or how you do it. But long as you're doing that, then that is good. You know, so everything like crystals or sage or any other spiritual beliefs or whatever, those all do serve a purpose and it is good. But it's ways that we are meant to use that. But just because you're doing that stuff, just because I'm wearing this, don't make me spiritual. Just because I got crystals and do sage and I got an altar and all that, that doesn't make me spiritual. What makes me spiritual is connecting to source. What makes me spiritual is knowing thyself. You know, learning me every day, ongoing journey, ongoing healing, you know, really connecting with other, like, life, regardless if it's different animals, insects, or plants, or, you know, all that type of stuff is spiritual. And everything is good and serves a purpose, but if you don't do that, then that's not that. So let me know if this was helpful. Let me know your opinion, drop a comment, and vibe high.